Vascular tissue. It is the essential part for all herbaceous plant. Let us start with introduction to these tissue. In a plant, its tissue system is divided into three parts: dermal tissue, ground tissue, and vascular tissue. Dermal tissue provide protection for the plant against outside invaders such as bacteria. It also prevent the loss of water due to surrounding heat. Its component are usually the epidermis of the plant. Ground tissue act as food storage from the product of photosynthesis. It also plays part in the whole photosynthesis process. Other than that, it helps in regeneration of new plant tissues. Ground tissue also support the plant structure and give protection from natural disasters such as strong wind. The components of ground tissues are parenchyma, parenchyma, and sclerenchyma cells. Lastly, the vascular tissue. Its main function is to transport water, minerals, and foods throughout the plant. It is composed of xylem and phloem. Its system is the complex conducting tissue, in which xylem and phloem are associated in the form of vascular bundles. Divided into primary vascular tissue and secondary vascular tissue. Now, let us move on to xylem. Its location are usually in the inner part of the vascular tissues system. Its function are to transport water and minerals from root to shoot of the plant. It also helps in transporting hormone molecules such as abscisic acid and cytokinin. Xylem also strengthen and support the stem because of its location that are usually in the middle of the plant. Xylem tissues are composed of tracheids, vessel elements, fibers, parenchyma cells, and tyloses. Tracheids are long and thin cells that contains lignin at its cell wall. The cells become dead when mature, but it still functions. Water passed from tracheids to another tracheids via small pores between them. Vessel elements. It has oblique cell walls. It is also shorter and wider than tracheid cells. It contains lignin and pit around the cells. Even though it is dead after become mature, its continuous tubes allows water to flow inside the plant. Fibers are a type of sclerenchyma cells. It is long and narrow structure with small lumen. Its cell wall contains lignin. Fibers also provides plant support and give strength for the whole plant system. Parenchyma are isodiametric cells that have thin wall. It is found in cortex, pith, and pith ray of xylem. Its function are in lateral support and food storage. Tyloses. A balloon-like swelling that occurs when tracheids or vessel is damaged or inactive. Tyloses functions are to prevent leakage, prevent pathogen invasion, and assist in the formation of heartwood. Phloem. Phloem are located next to xylem, but facing the outer part of the vascular tissues system. Its function is to transport sugar and nutrients during photosynthesis, from leaves to other parts of the plant. Phloem are composed of sieve tube elements, companion cells, fibers, and parenchyma cells. We are going to discuss sieve tube elements and companion cells. Sieve tube element is made up of soft cell wall that often collapse after its death. It contains pore called sieve plate. These pores help to facilitate conducting material between tubes. As you can see, each tube also contains companion cells. Companion cells. It have nucleus and helps in transporting sugar into and out of sieve tubes. Its roles are in synthesis of all proteins for mature sieve tube elements. It also loads photoacylamilates into the sieve tube prior to transport to other parts of the plant. Lastly, let us see vascular cambium. These tissue exist in between xylem and phloem. Its function is to help in secondary growth of the plant. Its presence are in between two vascular bundles for interfascicular cambium, and between xylem and phloem for fascicular cambium. There are two types of vascular cambium. The first one is ray initials. It produces the radial transport system cells. Example is the parenchyma cells. Second is fusiform initials. It produces the axial transport system cells. Examples are sieve tube elements, companion cells, tracheids, vessels, and fibers. Thank you for watching. We hope you will enjoy the games that we had prepared.